Going back on hate speech bill, APC senators insist. One of the senators says he sponsors the bill on his own volition and he won't drop it because he has reasons for bringing it up. In an interview with Punch, All Progressives Congress APC lawmakers from Niger State says the bills are meant to serve the overall interest of Nigerians. Abdullahi, the deputy chief whip, wonders why Nigerians who have not seen the content of the bill are condemning it. He argues that Nigeria needs the bill at its current stage of development. He says, I will not drop the bill. In the first instance, I sponsor this bill of my own volition. Nobody asked me to do so. I did all the research and I have my strong reasons for coming up with this. There's a stage in our development as a country that we have reached where we have to have a caution. I'm not doing this out of ignorance. We need this law at this stage of our development. The bill on its own did not create any outrage. The bill is suffering from hate speech already because people have misinterpreted it simply because you read Death by Hanging without reading the context and you have started making comments. It is possible to justify. Is it possible to justify hang or human being? On his part, Musa vows to go ahead with his protection from internet falsehood and manipulation bill 2019, despite opposition against the bill. He says his bill is different from the hate speech bill, saying his proposed legislation is meant to prevent transmission of false statements. The lawmakers says my bill is different from the hate speech bill. As far as I know, we have legislation that can tackle hate speech. My bill can also tackle hate speech because if you know that you are going to say something that is not true, you will think of the consequences. There's a difference between my bill and the hate speech bill. I may come out to say something that is against your tradition. It is left for you to prove that the statement has made people look down on you at the court of law. The aim and objective of the bill are to prevent the transmission of false statements or a declaration of facts, knowing fully fully well that those facts are not true in Nigeria. It would enable measures to be taken to counter the efforts of such transmissions and also to suppress the financing, promotion, and support of online locations that repeatedly transmit false statements. He, however, added that he is ready to welcome opposition if fellow lawmakers and stakeholders knock the bill on the floor of Senate. PDP senators kick against the bill. Meanwhile, lawmakers in the opposition party, led by Senator Inyinaya Abaribe, have vowed and assured the general public that the two bills will not become laws. Abaribe, the deputy minority leader, Emmanuel Bwacha, and the deputy minority whip, Sahabi Yawu, were said to have rejected the bills while addressing the coalition of civil society groups on Wednesday, November 13, 2019. On Thursday, November 14, 2019, Abaribe also emphasized his position on the bills when he featured on Sunrise Daily, a program aired by Channels Television. He says, there will be a public hearing and everybody will be invited. We cannot make any comments about what is still at the stage of the first reading. But what I can assure you is that the Senate cannot be a part of it to removing the rights of Nigerians from whatever is enshrined in the Constitution. The Constitution says under Section 39 that we have rights, including freedom of speech, freedom to hold and espouse ideas. I can assure you that the Ninth Senate will not breach your rights. I do not think that Nigerians who fought to bring us to the point where we are and bring us to democratic government will willingly give it away and make us go back to the dark days of suppression. We expect that social media users in Nigeria must be able to must also be responsible enough not to propagate information designed to tarnish other people's image. The senator says when the bill is gazetted, the lawmakers will see all the aspects of the proposed legislation and discuss its general principles. The sponsors of the two bills will explain what they really want to achieve with them when we get to the second reading process. At the moment, what we have is the first reading, which is automatic. The second process would now be that the bill will have to be gazetted. That is when we can now see every aspect of the bill. It is at that point that it will go for a second reading and we will discuss the general principles. At the moment, I do not know what is in those bills, save for the speculation that we are seeing. Earlier, the PDP Democratic Party (PDP) condemned the hate speech bill, describing it as unconstitutional, undemocratic, and a barbarous. The party, in a statement on Wednesday, November 13, 2019, says the provisions of the bill are deliberately hazy and nebulous, with the malicious intention to victimize innocent Nigerians. So, guys, this issue of hate speech or whatever, the proposed bill, the penalty that this particular man, the chief whip, this Abdullahi Sabi, you know, he said nothing is going to make him to change his mind, that definitely he will continue with it, that irrespective of the intimidation, irrespective of what, even if they try to knock it off on the floor of the Senate, that he will go ahead with the bill, that nothing will happen, that he proposed it before, that he's proposing it again, that he knows the reason why he said it, because people have not even seen what is inside the bill and they started condemning and saying all manner of things, that even by condemning it as well, put asserting some things that he never said, since they have not seen the bill, that it is a speech on its own. And we heard from his colleagues too, saying though they've not seen what is in that bill, that is still on the at the stage of speculation, but by the time it comes for the second reading, they will all open it and see what is in that bill. But if they are to go by what it means, even for the first time, that nothing is going to happen. And the same senator proposed the bill in the 8th Assembly, and it was knocked off by the then Senate President Bukola Saraki. And the man said he knows the reason why he's bringing it again, and I'm sure definitely he's not going to see the light of the day. Maybe it will be dead on arrival. Do you know the way all these politicians used to talk? I know they are so mouthy. So, but from what we have seen, and from the position of his colleagues too, they are not ready to will I say happy, or they are not even comfortable with that. But what they are saying is that Nigerians should just calm down, that by the time it comes for the second reading, they'll be able to know what they are going to do about it. But I'm sure the guy knows that, he has started receiving backlashes from Nigerians, and that's why I said he will continue and he will defend it, even if it's going to be, it's not going to be if it's not going to be if it's not going to be possible at the end of the day, let me just use that word because I'm short of the words I'm supposed to use it. But if it's not going to be possible at the end of the day, that he will still defend it, and more so that he's not ignorant, he knows what he's talking about, that it will make people to be conscious of whatever they want to say, that because some people uh, they are fond of making statements that are not true and that are not correct. So that is just what he has been able to explain. But if he insists, and it sounds like the way it's bringing it, this, as we are saying, it definitely, it will not see the day, the light of the day. And some people are saying here, someone says, dormant senator, your reason for sponsoring this nonsensical bill is irrelevant to Nigerians at this point in time. From the huge amounts of money you are collecting from taxpayers, can you please itemize the constitutional project you have carried out in your constituencies? And that's what somebody is saying there. Another one says they want to enact bills that will forever make them oppressors by stifling the voices of the oppressed. The day of reckoning is at the corner. Good. If death by hanging is penalty for hate speech, Mr. Senator, please provide us stronger penalty for public looters and abuse of public offices. Thanks. And someone else says again, the Senate need to pass legislation on looting and mismanagement, corruption of public fund, with the punishment of armed robber, which is death. Then this bill can be passed. There will be no need for public to speculate on things public servants or politicians are doing with our commonwealth that can be classified as hate speech. APC has been in government since 2015, and there is no bill or law passed to stop corruption or to support the president's position on corruption, but they want to stop the public to be able to ask questions. We all have human rights to freedom of speech in Nigeria Constitution, ECOWAS, AU, and UN Charter. the bill will be illegal under human rights. So guys, a lot of people have given their opinions. Like to hear from you what you think. The man is insisting that no matter what, he's going to defend it, and he knows the reason why he's saying it. He's not ignorant of the constitution, so that people will be conscious anytime they want to make any statement to see whether it is true or not. So guys, leave your comments below. Thank you very much for always being there. Bye.